Hi, everybody. This is Kim from Read It Again Bookstore, and today I'm with Brittany here. She wrote, I'm reading the title off the screen, and it's a little tiny. 100 Things to Do in Atlanta Before You Die. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate the support. And I know, we're all going through some trying times right now with the pandemic, and self-isolation can make you get a little, cabin fever, go stir crazy. But, believe it or not, there are still lots of activities out there, lots of COVID-friendly things, lots of social distance-friendly activities that you can still do. And I'm here to tell you about some of them. So from my slideshow, there are some spoilers.
Slideshow.
I'm sorry?
I guess I will go away and let you do your slideshow, and then we'll discuss.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna give away a few spoilers just as a sneak peek from my book, but there's also some slides in here that are just newer things or things that aren't in my book that I just really like. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first one that I want to highlight is Westview Cemetery. This is the mausoleum at Westview Cemetery. And this is actually the largest cemetery in the Southeast, the largest civilian cemetery. It's like 582 acres, I think. So it's massive. There's over 100,000 grave sites here. And this mausoleum is just stunning. It's hard to believe it's in the United States. It just kind of has that Gothic Roman look that from the cathedrals that you see in Europe all the time. So it's been around since, I believe, 1884. It has a lot of history. The founder of Coca-Cola, Asa Griggs Candler, he is buried here. And there's a former mayor that's buried here, and lots of great authors as well. And right now, there's 11,000 tombs in this mausoleum, and it's absolutely stunning. I don't believe that they are letting people go inside the mausoleum right now just because of the pandemic, unless you have a family member buried here. But, it's always just fun to look at from the outside, and just, it's a good place to just stroll through because it's so big, 600 acres, and it's a really cool spot. This is on Westview Drive in Atlanta, and it's called Westview Cemetery. So this is me here in the midst of what is called 54 Columns in Inman Park. And I feel like, this is right on the corner of Highland Avenue, which is a pretty popular area, but there's just so much going on in Inman Park that I feel like this is something that's overlooked. This was built in the 90s as an art installation, and it's just a structure of 54 columns, just like the name. And they're all different heights. Some are 10 feet, some are 20 feet. And the artist that created this made it to elicit the Atlanta skyline with all the different skyscrapers in the skyline. So this is just kind of a cool little thing to go explore as well outdoors, because, even with all this going on, the outdoors is always still open. And again, this one's called 54 Columns in Inman Park. So this one I had to include. It's a little bit outside of Georgia. It's in Whitesburg, Georgia, which is not outside of Georgia. I'm sorry, outside of the city, outside of Atlanta. It's in Whitesburg, Georgia, about an hour away. And it's called Historic Banning Mills. It's actually the largest zip line tour in the entire world. So yes, they do hold a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. And they also have a climbing wall, which is the largest in the world. But they've got tons of packages and outdoor fun here. You can reach up to 75 miles per hour on some of these zip lines. There's different levels to it. The one that goes 75 miles per hour is called the Screaming Eagle. That's the fastest one. I think it's 2,500 feet. But yeah, you can see the gorgeous trees in Georgia. There's beautiful cabins here as well. If you want to make a weekend trip of it and do like some glamping, you can totally do that. And they've got lots of other outdoor activities like kayaking and horseback riding and stuff like that. This one is called Historic Banning Mills in Whitesburg. So this is one of my favorite spots to go. This is called Old Roswell Mill. And these are the falls here. And they're so fun. And it's really there's not much of a hike required to get to this one. So it's at Vickery Creek Trail in Roswell. And there's signs to get down to the fall. And you kind of just, like, if you see right here, this is where you kind of descend to the falls. There's not much of a hike, but it is kind of a steep descent to get in there. So definitely wear your best hiking boots. Just shoes with a lot of traction if you go check this out. You know, we are in Georgia, so I know none of us are expecting the weather to get cool anytime soon. It's probably not going to be till mid-October at the earliest. So it's still, you know, we're still in the Georgia heat, so this is a good activity. You know, you can swim, get under the falls. It's really, really awesome. And like I said, not much of a hike. This is Old Roswell Mill. And this picture skewed a little bit, but this is called The Edge of the World at Amicalola Falls in North Georgia. So again, this one is a little bit outside of the city, but it's not too far, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And there's, you know, Amicalola Falls is huge. There's a lot of hiking opportunities here, but this is like one of the hidden gems of the falls. And like I said, it's called The Edge of the World. And I'm the worst at giving directions and stuff like that and finding my way as well. So I called the visitor center for Amicalola Falls, and they will tell you, if you ask them how do I get to the edge of the world, they'll tell you where to park. It's different from the regular visitor center. But yeah, it's really cool. This one doesn't have much of a hike either. It's just kind of a little boardwalk that leads you to this, and you know, swim at your own risk as well because it is running water. And so, but it's beautiful because it really does look like the edge of the world. If you see, like, there's a drop off, and it just looks like there's the end right there. And all the trees are just so pretty. I just love North Georgia. It's gorgeous. And also, Amicalola Lodge is something I discovered recently. It's gorgeous, and you can see, anybody can go in. If you just go into the lobby, there's like a porch right outside the lobby with chairs, and it's just this gorgeous view of the mountains and the falls. It's really, really pretty at sunset. So if you're ever in that area, definitely check out Amicalola Lodge and the Edge of the World if you want to take a dip in the water. So this one's in Cumming, Georgia, where I'm from. I was telling Kim earlier, I'm actually from Alpharetta, so a little bit outside of the city. I live in Buckhead now. But this was a spot that I used to like going to in high school. It's called Indian Seats on Sawney Mountain. And it's just so pretty. And it is a bit of a hike. I think it's 2.1 miles round trip. It's not bad though. And it just has a really gorgeous, picturesque panoramic view of the mountains. And, you know, with fall coming up, you can see here, like, just the changing of the leaves. It would be a really, really good place to go hiking in the fall and get out of the house. This one's called Indian Seats. And this one here, this is a little waterfall at Cascade Springs. So Cascade Springs, it's funny because there's so many awesome hikes outside of Atlanta, like I said, in North Georgia and stuff like that. But this one's actually in the city. It's about 10 miles north of the airport. And it actually dates back to the Civil-War era. The earthworks from the battle at Vickery Creek that was fought here are actually still in existence, and you can see them on this hike. So there's just a cool little waterfall and a tunnel. It's kind of hidden up here behind the greenery, but there's a little tunnel there. And it's just a really cool place to go hiking. And like I said, this one's in the city, about 10 miles north of the airport, and it is called Cascade Springs. It's a really good spot. So this is something new. This little contraption here is outside of the High Museum of Art in Atlanta, which is all like our most popular museum in the city. And this one is called the Murmuration. I think it made its debut in July, and it'll be around until I think November 29th. And it was created by an architectural design firm in Brooklyn called So-Il, S-O-I-L. And it was kind of created to mimic Atlanta's reputation as the city in the forest. So it's that's why there's green agricultural netting, and it's very interactive. You can see that there's like little hammocks and there's swing chairs and stuff, so you can kind of just chill, take a nap instead of, you know, laying out your blanket at Piedmont Park. You can check this out, something new and exciting. And it's also meant to draw attention to biodiversity and extinction of birds, which we have seen a lot of in recent years. And so this is the Murmuration outside of the High Museum of Art. So this is a very retro photo. This is Starlight Drive-In Theater in Atlanta. It's actually the last standing drive-in theater in the city. I think there's like four, 5, or 6 drive-in theaters in Georgia, but this is the only one in Atlanta. It's very historical. It's been around for years. And, you know, hands up or not, this has always been a good place to social distance because you're in the comfort of your car and you can, you know, sit in the trunk if you have a truck, and, you know, you get the sound from a radio transmitter. And they are still open. I believe they also have a restaurant or a snack bar. I'm not sure if that's open, but bring your own snacks, make little, you know, it's a good trip. It's a good way to see movies since, you know, I actually tried to go see a movie the other day with my roommate, and I didn't, you know, really think about the fact that a lot of production has stopped on movies too because of the pandemic. So nothing is coming out, but they do still have showings every day at Starlight Drive-In. You can just check it out on their website. All their show times are updated on the website. So that's Starlight Drive-In. And this is from, I hope you guys aren't too hungry because this is going to make you hungry. This is from Big Dave's Cheesesteaks. It's like one of the best cheesesteaks here in Atlanta. I remember when I first tried it, they were actually started attached to a Chevron gas station off Winters Chapel Road. And the lines was crazy. I think I went on a Saturday night and I waited an hour to get a cheesesteak. I mean, it's so popular. And so the owner, Derek, he was like, you know what, we're growing too much. We gotta find a bigger spot to fulfill our demands. So they actually have a big spot now on Forsyth Street, and they just broke ground on one in Doraville as well. But the owner, Derek, he is from West Philadelphia, so he knows how to make a cheesesteak. They are super good. The cheese whiz and everything. And if you see here on the right, these are their cheesesteak egg rolls. They're absolutely fabulous. They also have, you can get cheesesteak fries. They have salmon cheesesteaks now, chicken cheesesteak. So there's lots of options here. Super yummy. I would definitely check this out. They have curbside pickup and delivery. So that's Dave's Philly Cheesesteaks. And this right here is a retro diner called Zesto, and there's a few locations in the city. This one is the one by me in Buckhead, but it's super retro and it's just really good. It's like, you know, if you've been to the Varsity and had chili cheese dogs, you know how good those are, but this place really might give the Varsity a run for its money. They've got really good, just typical greasy food, and it's pretty diverse too. You know, they've got burgers and hot dogs, but they also have like tacos and burritos and just lots of junk food. You know, if you want to have a cheat day, go check this place out. They have their a really big outdoor patio that is open now for dining. And this is right on Piedmont Road. It's called Zesto. And they're also known for their ice cream. They make ice cream in-house and it's super, super yummy. They have all these dips that they can dip the things in. They have a butterscotch one that's really popular. So if you like ice cream, definitely go here. It's really good. It'll kind of take you back to the retro 50s days. So these are two more of my restaurants. As you can see, I love food. I like to tell people that the food and drink section of my book was my favorite part to write because I just love the food scene here in Atlanta is absolutely amazing. We've got new restaurants popping up every week, it seems like. But this here on the left is a burger from a place called Slutty Vegan. The owner, Pinky Cole, is so great. She's really killing the game right now when it comes to burgers. And even if you're not vegan, seriously, try this place because you won't even believe it's vegan. It's crazy. It's super good. I think they use either Impossible burgers or Beyond burgers, but they dress it up so good. They've got vegan bacon. They have a vegan shrimp burger. Lots of good sauces, vegan cheese, and it's super yummy. This place is really popular too. They're expanding. I think they've got two or three new locations coming up. But they are doing curbside pickup as well. And then on the right is Sublime Donuts. There's one in the Decatur area and another one, I believe, downtown. But this is 24/7, so I know, you know, everybody's had their late night sweet tooth that you just got to really satisfy sometimes. So this is a really good place to go. They have the best donuts. Kamal, the owner, he is so great too, and he's so creative. He's always coming up with new creations. I think last month they had a limited edition I think it was like watermelon lime donut. It looked so yummy. And then they've had things like chicken and waffles donuts, and just when you go in, make sure you ask for what might be cooking on the secret menu, because they've got lots of concoctions. And they also have gelato, which is really good too. So if you have a sweet tooth, definitely check out Sublime Donuts. And then this is one place. It's called the Original Hot Dog Factory. And I actually haven't tried this yet, but I kept seeing it on, I think, Uber Eats. I was like, I gotta check this place out, because they have really, really unique hot dogs. I think there's over like 25 options on here. You can get your typical chili cheese dog. They've got like BLT dogs, breakfast dogs with a fried egg. They even have a taco dog. So this is some more greasy food. And their original location is actually in Atlanta. And they have lots more coming soon all around the state and in other southern states. I think South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas even. So yeah, definitely if you like hot dogs and greasy food, this place is awesome. It's called the Original Hot Dog Factory. So that is the end of my presentation. Just a little sneak peek of some COVID-friendly social distancing activities. And I appreciate you guys listening in.
So I was doing a checklist, like been there. My husband just went to the waterfall at Old Roswell Mills.
Yeah.
He said it was really cool. The water was moving really fast. It was a little busy.
Oh yeah, is that right?
Yeah, he said
I would love that place. It's not much of a hidden gem now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my lighting. I didn't realize how bright it was. I have like the vanity lighting. So, but anyway,
I think it's doing great. So I love to travel. We were talking about that before, and I kind of want to turn your book now into a checklist.
Yeah,
to do in it.
That's what it's for. It's a personal bucket list.
Yeah, I noticed in the back you have itineraries.
Yeah, I have lots of suggested itineraries. Whether you love music, you love food. If you have small children, there's a family-friendly list in there. There's itineraries by season as well. So when I talk about some of the festivals in there, and you're coming to visit Atlanta in the summer, you can check out the summer checklist. If you come in the winter checklist. So yeah, those are in the back.
How did this book come to be?
So I got a call from Reedy Press, who published the book, and I'm part of the Atlanta Writers Club, and one of the executives there is one of my grandfather's best friends. And I started being involved with the Atlanta Writers Club, and he said, hey, I have an opportunity for you. And it's so funny because at first I thought it was an article about 100 things to do, and they're like, no, it's actually a book. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. There's 2 other editions before mine. This is the 3rd edition. I think the last one was published, in 2016. So there's a lot of updated things in here, a lot of hidden gems as well that, we talked about this before, that, you said that you hadn't heard of some of the things in there. And I'm just learning something new every day about Atlanta, because I'm a journalist with narcity.com, and we write a lot about things to do and different cool things coming about in Atlanta. So yeah, they just gave me a call, and it's my very first book. I hope to be able to write some more that are, based on travel like this. But yeah, it was a fun experience.
How did you choose what to put in there, what not to put in there?
It was so hard to narrow it down to just 100. And I wanted to make sure that I had a very broad target audience. I want to be able to appeal to people visiting, but I also want to be able to appeal to people who live here already, or they're transplants, or they're, born and raised. So I made sure to put a lot of the, the main attractions that you just have to go to when you're in Georgia, the Georgia Aquarium, the Varsity, stuff like that. But then I was like, I've got to appeal to my native Atlantans, or, people outside the city who have visited. And I was like, let's put some hidden stuff in there. And so I did get a lot of my ideas from articles I've already written about at Narcity too, because they're so worth talking about, because they're so cool. But yeah, I think the hardest part was definitely narrowing down, because there's just thousands of things to do. That'd be too long of a book though.
Did you visit everything in the book that you could?
It's so funny. I tell people that it's partially my bucket list too. I've done about 60% of the stuff in my book, but the other 40% I got to get going because, I treat it as my own bucket list. And I'm just waiting, for the pandemic to be over too, because some of that requires the pandemic to be over.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that we're discovering new places that we didn't know were cool because of the pandemic. Like we don't get together in groups, so let's go out and explore. Like I found a great place in Cumming. A friend brought me there, and I'm not going to say it on here because it's so awesome, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
And things like, oh, I don't know, like the school bus junkyard, and there's fun things to do outside, and I think more people are doing it, which is great.
Yeah, I see so many more people walking nowadays too, and just getting fresh air and like just getting out of their house, and it is good. It's good to be outdoors. It's good for the soul.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, what was your favorite place you visited in here? And you could do it by category. So, like
that is a great idea.
Yeah.
So for food and drink, I definitely have to say my favorite place is Barcelona. If you're a Spanish tapas fan, this place is definitely the place to go. It is so good. There's one in Midtown, and I think don't quote me on it. I think there's one in, I don't even want to say. I know there's one in Midtown. That's the one I go to. But it is so good. They have the classic patatas bravas. They've got really good hanger steak, burrata, the best wine list too. I think they have over 100 wines. So if you're a wine lover and a tapas lover, definitely try out Barcelona. I've actually been to the actual city of Barcelona. And I'm not kidding. The tapas at this place are better than the food that I had in Spain. So yeah, shout out to Barcelona.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
Let's see.
So what are the categories here?
I'm trying to think. So next there's outdoor recreation. I think
music and entertainment.
Music and entertainment. Definitely the Fox Theater. I mean, I know most people know about it, but it's just so fascinating. And they just did a huge renovation, like hundreds of thousands of dollars on a new renovation. It's gorgeous. And just if you haven't been there, you have to see a show at the Fox Theater. If you like drag shows, I think they're so much fun. Those are really fun at Lips.
Yeah, I did see the drag shows in here, and I
yes. There's a place called Lips, and people, like girls, love to get their friends together and go for their birthday. It's a really fun place. So what's in there next?
Okay, sports and recreation.
Sports and rec. Okay, so I definitely just think Amicalola Falls is just amazing because it's so versatile. Like you can hike, you can see the falls from above, but you can actually like be in the water. And like I said, the edge of the world is just really, really cool.
I've never swam at Edge of the World. I didn't know you could. I've stayed there because we rented a cabin there a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I that's something I learned through research with Narcity. So
and then if you see Walk in the Woods, Bill Bryson, one of my favorite books. The movie takes place there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my parents were in town and we're like, okay, watch this movie. You'll like it. And they did. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go there tomorrow. And so we did. So that was kind of fun. We saw the movie one night and then we went there the next day.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I actually just learned, if I have any scary movie buffs, I love scary movies. So Friday the 13th, the 6th one called Jason Lives, I didn't realize this. It was filmed in Georgia at, I think it's called Hard Labor Creek State Park. And I just had no idea. A lot of the cabin scenes were filmed there and the lake scenes. So that's definitely on my bucket list. I always have a really long fall bucket list because I love fall. And so that's definitely on my list to go to because I love the Friday the 13th movies. They're so classic.
Do you hit in here like movie locations or TV show locations?
No, I do. I think I talk about Pinewood Studios in there, but I mean, Georgia, I write a lot at Narcity about filming locations because Georgia's seriously the Hollywood of the South now. Like Chris Pratt was here filming Guardians of the Galaxy. Dwayne The Rock Johnson was here filming. Everybody's here. I think my friend saw Scott Eastwood in his car filming Fast and Furious a couple of years ago. R.I.P. Paul Walker, though. Today's actually would have been his 47th birthday.
Oh, wow.
But no, Narcity, we cover a lot of the entertainment stuff, but I didn't include too many movie locations. And then Stranger Things is another thing that films here, and there's lots of cool places. actually
Yeah,
outside the city, like in
we
Gwinnett.
were
And stuff.
talking about doing, is it a Stranger Things cabin thing where you're locked in the
The cabin
cabin?
escape. Yeah, that's in my book, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It's an escape room. Yeah, it's an escape room experience, but you're actually outside in Hopper's cabin from the show that was used where he lived in the show. And it's like a whole very, very interactive escape experience. So if you like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
we talked about doing it last year and it didn't happen, so I don't know if we can do it this year, but that's something I definitely want to do.
yes, those escape games are fun.
Okay.
I could
Culture
never
and
do them for myself. I'm sorry, go ahead.
culture and history.
Let's see. You know, I might have to get one of my copies and look through it. It's so hard to choose a favorite.
I've never been to Oakland Cemetery. That is on my bucket list for sure.
You never what?
I've never been to Oakland Cemetery.
Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite places. It is so beautiful. And it's not even just people just go there to walk and have picnics and stuff, which, you know, that might creep some people out because it's a cemetery, but there's just so many flowers.
In October, I think.
I'm sorry?
I think they do a ghost tour in October.
Oh, do they? I took her one of the regular tours, and it's just so gorgeous. There's so many, sorry, I'm distracted. Like flowers, like the plants there, like the flora is just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, they do like official tours and tell you some creepy stories. So that's definitely a fun place to go to, especially for, you know, Halloween time. Let's see.
So while you were looking that up, Brittany told me earlier her mom shops here at Read It Again.
Yes, my mom is like, she's a sucker for all the romance novels, like the James Patterson and is it Nora Roberts?
Nora Roberts.
She loves her, yeah. But yeah, you guys, how long have you guys been around? Because I remember, you know, when I was in high school.
Book, to be honest.
Huh?
I said 18 years. We should be in this book.
18 years. I know. I only put, I think, like one bookstore in here for shopping. But okay, so let me see. Culture and history. You know what I think is so cool? And I have yet to find most of these actually, but there's something called the Tiny Doors, the Atlanta's Tiny Doors.
Okay.
And I think I don't know exactly the website name, but it tells you on the website where they all are. And this artist she went around the city, and it's a really good thing for exploring outdoors and kind of going on a self-guided scavenger hunt. And they're just cute little tiny doors that she painted, and they're just like, you know, you look at it and you think maybe a little like gnome lives in there or something, but they're spread out all around the city. And so it's really good for visitors who, you know, they might not know exactly where to go. And it, you know, takes you through the best neighborhoods, the best parks and stuff like that. So I think that's definitely fun to do. And they even have bike tours that you can book on their website too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So are you working on any other books now?
No, I do. Reading Press also has a book that they do for different cities about the best eateries and hidden eateries. So I'm hoping that I can start on that soon. But something, one more thing I wanted to mention from the culture and history is there's actually, and I don't know the road name, like I said, I'm horrible at directions, but there's a White House replica in Atlanta. It looks exactly like the real thing. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, this is something I just learned about a year and a half ago. But you can drive by, and the previous owner of the house was really nice. He actually let people come in and take tours. But I think, you know, the family that bought it recently in 2016, they want it. It's their residence. We get it. You know, they want it to be more private. But it really, like, there's even like a like an Oval Office in there, and like Lincoln's bedroom and all that kind of stuff. So you can't go in, but it is definitely worth driving by. It's immaculate. I mean, it really looks like the real thing. It's crazy. So shopping and fashion, definitely Read It Again bookstore. Not in here, but yes. I mean, you guys have really good deals too. So, but no, I mean, and I'll have to, this is another tribute to the Cumming area. The Halcyon is just so awesome. I love it. I like it better than Avalon because, let's be honest, shopping in Avalon is fun, but it's so expensive. And I think it's a little bit more affordable to parade around the Halcyon. And this is right off, you know, the exit I.
Yeah, it's not far from us. I got excited when I saw that.
I'm sorry?
It's not far from us, so I got excited when I saw it.
Yeah, it's so close. It's right off exit 12 from 400, and it is just so fun. And they're continuing to expand. They've got like there's a really good what's it called? It's like one of those popsicle places that they dip them in chocolate and sprinkles.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And then they've got Cherry Street Brew Pub, which has really, really good food. There's a Kilwin Sled Shop there, amazing. They have ice cream there too. Tocayo Tacos is good. There's like a lot of there's kind of like a food hall area, and they have bingo all the time. It's just a really fun place to go. And every time I've only been 2 or 3 times, but every time I go, there's something new. They're just kind of like gradually opening up. So that's actually where I did my photo shoot with my book. My friend takes photos, and we went over to the Halcyon to take some pictures. So
have you eaten dinner yet tonight?
Huh?
Have you eaten dinner yet tonight?
No, I'm a late eater, but now all talking about this, I'm hungry.
I know, I'm really hungry now.
Yeah. Especially talking about all those cheesesteaks and the hot dogs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's 100 things in here, and I just encourage everybody to hop on over to Read It Again, get yourself a coffee. Yeah. And even if you're not comfortable doing some of these things, like we have so much idle time, it's a good time to start planning for when we can. So, and they make really good gifts as well. So,
Brittany, do you think next time you're in the area, maybe visiting your mom, you could stop by and sign a couple copies?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Leave an author wall. You put your signature up on it. That'd be really cool.
Oh, I love that idea. Yes, me and my mom will come in, and we'll get some Nora Roberts books, and I'll do some signings.
I love that idea. Okay, guys, we have 100 Things to Do in Atlanta Before You Die in stock by Brittany Bose, and we want you to buy them. You don't have to buy them from us, but I think you should support us. Just support your local independent bookstore if it's not us.
Please do.
Yeah, we should.
Right.
Yes. So if you're not in Atlanta, but you want to learn about Atlanta, you can buy it from us and we'll send it to you. So that works.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. When you do your next book, let's do this again. And I look forward to seeing you when you come and sign these.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody for showing up. I appreciate that.
Bye.
Bye, guys.